everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play. We are just about to go to the basement. So let's jump down this hole like we're James... Oh, that was a oh no, we jumped down the hole before. This is just a ladder. Okay, so Jill Valentine and James Sunderland don't have much of a relation then. Seriously, ooh. God. I hope none of you guys have arachnophobia. Holy cow. Honestly, for me... I'm not afraid of spiders. Well, if I see a spider that big, I think I would freak out. I think that would be understandable. But I don't think it would be because of arachnophobia. I think it would just strictly be because of the size. But if I see a tiny spider, like, I don't really freak out. Somehow. Some people, I'm pretty sure are like, oh, hello. Did I get poisoned? No, I'm alright. Good. Okay. So, some people get really freaked out by them. I don't. I mean, always seeing something crawling around is just kind of like, it's always a little jarring to see something like that, but I don't get freaked out by spiders. Now, that's not to say I don't get freaked out by anything. Of course I do. Roaches? Oh, God. Roaches really freak me out. I hate roaches. And I hate mice. I think seeing pretty much any other or water bugs, God, don't show me a water bug. Seeing any other bug, to be honest, I don't want to see them, but like they don't incite this like primal disgust in me like roaches and mice do. I guess to me, because at least if I see another bug, right, I feel like it's more, oh, it kind of came from the outside, it's from nature or whatever. I mean, not that roaches and mice are abnormal, but to me they've always been like a sign of filth. Like they've always been a sign of like, oh, this place is gross or whatever. I don't know, it's just something weird. It's just one of those things. Okay, now you unlocked it. Sweet. I have no idea where I'm going, by the way. This area does look a little different compared to the director's cut. I mean, it's kind of the same idea. Oh, this is the kitchen. Well, oh God. Hello. Oh dear. Okay, I don't have my handgun on me right now. Okay, let me kill this dude. I hate... Okay. I was gonna say, I hate when I don't get a shotgun, when I don't get a headshot. Oh. I hate when I don't get a headshot with a shotgun. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so now I have to turn on this elevator. Piece of meat. Tainted meat. Alright, let me see. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, this is where the sword key is used? Are you serious? Well, at least that solves that mystery, but now I have no idea how to... The elevator doesn't work, so what am I supposed to do? I'm kind of stuck here because I jumped down a hole. Okay, the only thing I can think of is that there's something in this area. I would hope. If not, I'm screwed. But I know these games enough to know that you can't really get stuck in them, to be honest. I mean, well, you can sort of get stuck in the sense that you might run out of ammo and health items, and it'll pretty much be... God. Zombie. Pretty much be next to impossible to beat unless you're really lucky. Oh, great. Okay, that works. Okay. Oh, what? This wasn't a needlessly complicated puzzle? No, just a simple flick of the switch. Okay, great. No worries. Then. Alright. So let's keep going. So now I should be able to get to the area that I need to get to in terms of getting the battery, and I think that's the only required item. I believe. Okay, so hopefully, yeah, this guy... I don't know if that guy becomes a Crimson Head, to be honest, but it's not my problem anymore. I'll just say that. Okay. So let's go up. This is a really shabby looking elevator. I've never really seen an elevator like that with wooden panels on the side. Like, that's weird to me. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's zombies in this area, so I'm gonna go ahead and reload. and see. Okay, there's a zombie over there. I have no idea how far away he is. And yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna take care of this guy though. Oh, great. At the last minute, what I tried to do was I tried to aim at him, but of course she decided to aim at the other zombie that's much further away. Whoops. Alright, so the battery should be in here. Oh, along with some grenade rounds. That is nice too. There you go. Battery. Okay, definitely pick that up as well. What else is that? Oh, okay, no, I definitely do want that. I don't want to leave that behind, so I'm gonna... Let me see how far I am from the save room. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm actually not too far. That's really not that bad. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a quick detour to the save room. I'll come back, pick up the rest of the stuff, and be on my way. Alright, so... You know, I had a very strange event, kind of strange occurrence that happened to me the other day, which is weird. I had a wrong number. That's not what the strange event was, because that kind of stuff happens all the time, but it's just the way the person kind of approached it. I mean, it's not as bad as it could have been. I've heard nightmare stories about how people dial a wrong number and then they proceed to harass the person anyway, knowing that the number is wrong. So this, I don't know, it was a guy. So it was one day. It was this guy who, I guess he was trying to look for a girl. It wasn't me, obviously. And so I get a random text, and it says, I forget what the first text message says, but I'm like, who's this? Because I mean, obviously I don't know who it is because I don't have a name. It's just a number that pops up. So I'm like, who's this? So he says, call Jason. So I mean, I'm thinking, the only thing that I'm thinking of at this point is Jason from Heavy Rain. Every time I hear the name Jason, that's all I think of. Press X to Jason. It's just ingrained in me. But I don't know. So it was, I don't know, it's just a little weird. I guess it wasn't that bad, but it was just that he texts me, and then I think I said Jason who, because I don't really know any Jasons. I really don't. Besides, I have an uncle named Jason, but besides that, no. So then, I think I asked him to clarify, and then he just said the same thing, call Jason. And so by this point, I'm already annoyed, because I'm just like, I hate when people, it feels like they play games, or they're intentionally being unclear, or they're too busy being pissed at the person they think they're calling, or they think they're texting, to understand that they might have a wrong number. So, and mind you, I'm at work at this time, so I'm just texting him, like, I don't know who this is, basically. So I think at this point I texted him, I think you have a wrong number. Did that stop him from actually calling me no less than 4 times in like 5 minutes? Of course not. No, this dude proceeds to call me, and I actually had stepped away from the phone for a little while because I needed to meet with a coworker anyway. So when I came back, I see all these missed calls from this person, and first of all, for me, one of my big pet peeves, and it's from negative experiences I've had in the past, I hate when people call repeatedly. Like, holy cow, especially in the span of like a few minutes, you get 4 missed calls. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, I'm telling you, that is a pet peeve of mine. I really can't stand that. So already this guy, I don't know who this guy is. I know he's looking for somebody, but he's already just really bugging the crap out of me. And then I already have a mindset where I'm like, if he's bugging me and I'm the wrong number, I feel sorry for the person that he's trying to call. I think he was trying to call some person named Jessica or something like that, and I'm just like, I'm not Jessica. So finally he calls again, and I'm finally by my phone, and so right then and there I said, I'm gonna pick up because this guy's gonna keep calling. So I said, who's this? oh, it's Jason. And I said, who are you looking for? And he says, oh, I'm looking for Jessica. I'm like, you have a wrong number. And then he actually says, are you sure? I love when people are like, are you sure? I'm like, oh, no, actually, I wasn't. Even though I don't know you, I'm actually not sure that you that you have a wrong number. Come on. Jesus Christ. Did he think I was Jessica and I was lying? Like, what are the odds that my voice sounds exactly like Jessica? Maybe he doesn't know this Jessica very well. So then I'm thinking of all these sorts of scenarios. This poor Jessica is being stalked by this guy. He's an ex-boyfriend of hers. Like, all these crazy things are running in my head, all because of some stupid wrong number. Yes. Actually, I had a funny other wrong number situation that happened. This was years ago though, and I was the one that dialed the wrong number. So I was ordering Chinese food. I wanted to order Chinese food, so ordering a little bit of delivery. So I dial a number, person, hello. So something was a little off because usually they kind of say the name of the restaurant. Oh, hi, you're welcome. You're calling blah 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 restaurant. How can I help you? Can I take your order? All right, that's their standard script. But this person was just like, hello. So, but I, at the time I didn't think anything of it. Of course, after the fact, I'm like, oh, yeah, that didn't make any sense. So we place our order, the whole order. The person was like the most patient wrong number person I've ever seen in my life, because they let us place our entire order, and at the end of all that, one of the things we wanted to order was chicken and broccoli. So at the end, the person says, we don't have any broccoli, and then they just hang up. So when we realized what the number we called, we realized it was a wrong number. So I'm like, wow, that is the most patient person I've ever incorrectly dialed in my life. So hey, and I guess they took it in stride. So I don't know. But I have to say, I haven't really had many wrong number experiences. I guess thank God for that. Like that's kind of a blessing. The only other situation, and the ones that I have had are really tame, except for that one. I mean, it wasn't horrible, the one that I explained before, but it was just really annoying because it was more that it reminded me of past experiences, like I said, with people that just dial you multiple times. I have such a complex about that it just kind of incited that in me, that just like that discomfort. So anyway, the only other wrong number, no, I had two, but they were mild. They were actually funny, and they weren't the least bit horrible. There was one, I'm assuming it was a girl that was kind of throwing some kind of party for her friend. So I'm assuming she was texting somebody, an acquaintance of hers or a friend of hers, and she wound up getting my number somehow. And so she was texting all the details about the party. And I didn't text anything back because I wasn't sure, I wasn't sure. But now I feel like that was a missed opportunity, because at the end of it, she finally realized that it was the wrong number. And so she says, oh, I'm so sorry, that sort of thing. I mean, she was nice. So part of me was just like, damn, I should have texted her back. So am I still invited to the party? Don't you just love when you think of things after the fact? I always come up with witty responses, or what I like to think are witty responses, always after the fact. After an argument, when you've kind of made up with the person, that's when you think of the most insulting thing. It's kind of one of those things, like you're in an argument with someone, and it's such a heated argument that you just like you can't even speak. And if you're like me, like I'm the kind of person, it's just a weird quirk of mine, if I'm in a really, really heated argument where I'm very angry, I can't even talk properly. Like I start to kind of like trip over my words. I can't even, my brain is going a lot faster than my mouth can, so I kind of start to trip over the words, which is frustrating. And then of course I can't think of anything great to say at the time because I'm too busy being angry. Then of course, always about like 10 minutes later, when me and the person have just kind of separated from each other, we don't feel like talking to each other, that's when I think of the most clever, stinging insults. Only then. It's beyond ridiculous. Like, it's crazy. This is one of those things. So that was one wrong number text. And the other one was, again, very tame. It was just, it's just somebody. I don't know. I don't even know if it's a man or woman. Not that it matters, but it was. I kept getting videos about some random girl that was like that was taking care of a baby. I'm presuming that was. Oh crap! I hope I'm not poisoned. She's kind of holding her side. That's not a good sign. Well, if I'm poisoned, I'll see if there's any herbs down here. Let me take a look. So it was just... Oh, perfect. That works for me. Okay, so that's nice and convenient. So anyway, for me, always a dead giveaway is the area code. If somebody's not calling me from New York, unless it's somebody I know that has a number from out of state, like, I always know I'm in for a treat. I really am. So anyway, I was getting these random videos of this girl, like this woman, and who I'm presuming was her niece or nephew, was a baby. And so the person was texting, "Oh, such a nice aunt." That's it. And like, innocent, I guess. And that was it. I never texted the person, but because I try not to be a jerk about it, but next time if a person's gonna be a jerk to me, I'm gonna be a jerk to them. I'm gonna get some fun out of it. Let me just put it that way. All right. So now that I have the elevator up on this floor, up on this level, I can now do this. And I don't know if you saw, but there was a kind of a makeshift waterfall that was kind of happening in the other area, and there's actually an area behind it that I can access. So now, so you see, it's referring to what I was talking to, the waterfall. The sounds of the waterfall have stopped. And I don't know about you guys, but this area right here, for some reason, with the water and everything, and just the way it looks, always reminds me of Deep. I know I mentioned that game in a previous video, but it really does. It's just like PlayStation at its prime, mid to late 90s, survival horror. Like, that's what it is. Okay. So at last we can progress to the next brand new area over here. So let's see what we have. Okay. So let's go down. Remember this area being somewhat convoluted just in my experience, just my perception of it. Oh, look at that. That's convenient. Okay, in the director's cut, there's a typewriter there, but there's no item box whatsoever. So most of the time I'm not able to use it anyway because I don't have an ink ribbon there. Alright, so let me just go ahead and I'm gonna combine this with the other ink ribbons, and I'm gonna kind of prepare myself for the rest of this area as best as I can. I might need to backtrack a few times, but I'm gonna go ahead and save my game here, and then we're gonna get ready to explore these catacombs a little more in the next video. Alright, so I will stop it here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Alright, later.